Hi, welcome back. And this is just part one of how I'm putting together the puzzle of healthy keto. And I just want to mention that it's really not that hard. After you begin and after you get through, a few bumps and hurdles, it's pretty easy. Main thing is you want to find a way to, do a gradual beginning. Don't start out with the intermittent fasting thing. That's kind of a whole another ball game. But how I started was that first of all, I stopped eating snacks, and that was a little bit hard to do. I slowed down on eating the sugar. That helped. And then eventually I was able to give up sugar. But it took me 2 weeks. It doesn't take everyone 2 weeks. Just want to reassure you that, at my age, I've done a lot of damage and I was starting to be pre-diabetic. I was just hungry all the time. Sugar was my, choice, rather than some other options. I probably wouldn't want to mention, other ways that people choose to get by during their day. Sugar was my choice for that. So, just begin gradually if you're going to try it. But I did lose 14 pounds since the end of December, and it's been a gradual process, which I think is good. And I think it's better to go slow. For one thing, your body has to shrink back into the skin that you have had to begin with. It's all stretched out, and I don't know how well I'm doing with that, but I guess there's ways that you can deal with that. And one of them is by eating fats. And I know there's concern about, your LDLs and everything, and you're going to see a lot of things happen, like your triglycerides will come down, but your LDLs will go up. But it's what's floating through your bloodstream. As long as it's changed to the buoyant type of LDLs, you're going to be fine. So it's when it's the small type of LDLs, that's when you want to be concerned. So if you have the money, you might want to go, for testing and see after, maybe 3 months of eating a little bit differently. And you don't have to start out with a high fat, but it helps with satiety. It also helps put back some of the nutrients that we've lost through eating sugar, because sugar will deplete your thiamine. And, you should be taking thiamine that will help to keep from getting the keto rash. And I didn't have the electrolyte drinks to begin with. So I really had a hard time at the beginning. And you come down with keto flu if you're not using an electrolyte drink. So as mentioned in my hint, the lemon water is really a great way to satiate yourself during when you're trying to avoid snacking. You know, here you are, you're starting out, you're just going to go back to having 3 meals a day with no snacks. Okay, so just keep water with you all the time and have it flavored with, try to have real lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon. That if you have to, you can buy the real lemon that is in the freezer section of your department, your grocery store. Um, I wouldn't recommend the bottled type. Get the frozen, and then add your electrolyte powder that you can get from various sources. Um, Maybe eventually I'll link that down below, but just be sure you don't get anything that has maltodextrin in it because that's really detrimental and will not uh, let you get to your goals. It will spike your blood sugar. It will also encourage the addiction. So, um, okay, so part two is going to be more about how you can tweak this for yourself. But I don't want to beat anybody up with this. I want to just say that if you are looking down and you cannot see your feet, that means that you have you're insulin resistant, and our bodies need to have resistance to insulin so that your pancreas doesn't keep trying to put out more and more insulin. And the more insulin that comes out, then that's what creates this vicious cycle of hunger. Okay, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for part two. If I can figure out how to continue this, I will. All right, have a good weekend.